So Derek, I guess this week's been a little less stressful than last week when the wages were late.
Yeah, I mean, it was a difficult week last week for so many reasons, and fortunately for the football club, the staff and the players responded really well throughout the whole situation. They kept themselves dignified and went about their business in the proper way, and that was pleasing for everyone associated with this football club.
Yeah, I just spoke to Adam Mayer and he said it was business as usual, which is impressive, isn't it? When for a lot of players at League One level, League Two level, these are bills and things that have to be paid.
Yeah, I mean, you had to lead them in the right way. It was a difficult time, to be a manager and to deal with the situation that was above us, and nothing that staff and players can do about it. We're employees of the football club, but the respect that they showed each individual, because everyone's in different circumstances, and I thought that they had a great unity, about everyone, throughout the football club.
How do you deal with it as a manager when that sort of thing happens?
Well, it becomes difficult, but you are the leader of your players and your staff, and as a leader, you've got to be seen to be supportive, and you can't go and hide away from the situation. You need to be on the main floor, and that's what I did, and that's what I always do. I'm always one that leads from the front, good, bad or indifferent, and I think that is really important, and the players were informed by myself every day as best as I could, because information was difficult to come by, that what circumstances were going on, around about us.
How do you feel about next month's wages? I know it's a few weeks away yet, but inevitably there's going to be some concern, isn't there?
I don't know anything about that. Nothing has been communicated to me. Nothing was communicated to me about non-payment of wages until an hour or so before the email came out at 11:15 at night. So, from that point of view, I'm like the rest of the staff. We're in the dark to what will happen.
You must have been disappointed with that, as you say, like the leader of the club, to be told at such short notice.
Yes, but that's sometimes what happens in football clubs, and unfortunately, that was the situation. So, as the leader of the football club, and playing staff and staff and players, then I've got to respond in the correct way.
From what you said, it didn't affect Saturday's result at Barnsley. That's not an excuse.
No, it's not. And we look at the scoreline, we look at the game, and we look at the mistakes that we made. There were individual errors mostly for their goals, and sometimes they got the better of us. To lose the goal so early was really disappointing, but it's one of these things that happens.
It's another big game on Good Friday. One of your old clubs, Plymouth, doing really well, but thrashed at Wembley in the Papa John's final. Was that a good thing for you, or will they have a point to prove?
Yeah, I mean, I've got really happy memories, of Plymouth Argyle. I spent 4 seasons there, and I've still got, friends in the area. I've still got, I speak to the chairman, Simon Hallett. I've got, the chief executive, the old chairman, and James Brent, and we still communicate with the secretary as well. So it's a football club that I love. I've got a lot of affection for it. I probably miss it every day because of where it was situated down in Devon, and it was a tough time when I went there. I was there for 4 seasons, and the next 2 managers, probably saw the benefits of the hard work that so many people, including James Brent and his backroom team, put into the club to get to the position where they are now. Simon Hallett took over, invested a lot of money that we didn't have. We didn't have any training pitches or that were of an adequate standard at the time, and we didn't know where the money was coming from. And the reason I got the job at Plymouth Argyle is because I could work within a budget, and that's the reason I probably get a number of jobs, including in Morecambe, because I have to work to the constraints that the football club have.
But despite that love, that clear love for Plymouth, you have to win on Good Friday, don't you?
Yeah, well, we've got to win, every game between now and the end of the season to give ourselves an opportunity of staying in League One. It's a been a very tough season for us, on and off the pitch, and off the pitch hasn't helped us on the pitch, and because we haven't been able to do what we want to do on the pitch, we've got a lot of younger players in the squad who have responded really well. We've taken in a lot of loan players, and we've given ourselves still a fighting chance with 6 games to go to stay in League One.
You've got a very young squad, average age. Do you think that's starting to tell now, deep in the season?
It doesn't make it any easier because, there's a flip side to it. Young players play without fear at times. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes they have to understand the circumstance that we're in. And an experienced player understands how to win football matches, or how to slow down a game, how to quicken it up. And these young players that we've got are learning the game, and it's been great experience for them. They've done really well. We couldn't ask for any more of them, and we continue to keep on fighting.
Do you see that fighting spirit in the squad?
Without doubt, every day. Listen, we're in League One not through spending money. We're through it because we got to Wembley, won a player final, and we're able to get to League One. But financially, it has been difficult this season. Everyone sees, the amount of money that clubs spent on agents' fees. That gives you a rough idea, not a clear idea, but a rough idea what other clubs are spending. And but what I will say is that our players every day, and even when they go on the pitch, they fight as hard as they can.
How many wins do you think you need?
I don't know. It doesn't. We're going to try and get 6 wins. We try and win every game. I've got no idea what's going to happen anywhere else. We're just going to try our best to give it as best as we can.
And what's the injury situation looking like?
We've got a number of slight doubts for this game. They might miss this game. They might miss Mondays as well, away to Portsmouth. Just slight issues, nothing too much. But when you pick up an injury at this stage, it can rule you out for the 2 games.